It's not.
You know what's worth saving?
What?
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Okay, you're gonna have to re-say your thing.
No.
What a shame.
How can you drop it just nonchalantly?
I don't know. It just happens, you know?
Ever see like a ghost and it just makes you wanna
Bust?
Yeah. What happens when you bust?
I know it feels good, dude.
Yeah.
I just still think it's like amazing to me. The timing of that line in that song. Like you know, right? You know, you're like, okay, we're gonna have a ghost. He's gonna give this dude a handy, and while he's giving this dude a handy, all you're gonna hear is "Bustin' makes me feel good," and it's just gonna cut right after that.
Oh, I forgot to hit record.
Welcome to episode 53.
Wow, I'm surprised you remembered.
Yeah, I think I'm paying attention now.
Oh,
now that I
nice.
put the number, like I know where we're at now.
I know exactly. I've never have any idea where we're at.
So you know what 53 means, right?
That means we've done this for a whole year.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is our 1 year and 1 week episode. I
We've
guess.
only
We've
said like
we've also
5
skipped
times.
a few episodes.
Time travel. It always happens.
Time travel.
Technically,
travel.
I think it is a year because our YouTube date is 26th
Of this month?
I just blanked out January.
Yeah,
That's
of this
like
month.
three days ago.
So people know in the future, January.
Time travel.
Time travel. 1 year. Happy birthday.
I got a special surprise for us.
It's
Another
another
one?
Nazi.
Another one?
No, I ain't spending more
Another
money.
one.
Thanks for everyone watching us for a whole year. Thanks for new people watching us. I'm Bob.
I'm the head boy.
And I'm Forrest. We haven't done that intro in forever.
I just assume you know us by now. But if you don't, you know. Now you know.
Now you know.
And
The more you know.
for all the people that are listening to it on Spotify, it's only like a half a year in. You can watch all of our old ones on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
I think half of them are on Spotify, right?
half
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
It's like
I
after
think
we switched to the
almost.
new
The
mics.
first one on there was the Gundam one. So it was just before we switched.
The last one with the last mic. The
Yep.
one mic
It
setup.
went from the one mic setup to the brand new shebang
Well, we
really
went
quickly.
We went from 3 mics to one
One
mic.
to three.
three.
No, to 4. We have 4
4.
We do have 4. The other one's somewhere.
for our
Somewhere.
special guests.
Uh-huh. E-special.
For Michael, if you're watching, it's here.
It's for you.
It's for you.
Or Cam. Don't forget Cam. He's not going to watch this, so we're good.
So, what are we talking about today?
Talk about busting and how it makes you feel good and ghosts.
So I saw this one poll.
Yeah.
Oh.
Busting ectoplasm?
Yeah.
Scary Movie 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I didn't expect it to go in that direction. I forgot about that. But new scary movie's coming out, right?
What?
Oh,
Is there a new scary movie that was announced?
No, it's a new Scream.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm mixing
No,
those.
New Scream came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm mixing those two up.
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
I mean,
Almost the same.
yeah,
They're both pretty funny.
Well,
Yeah.
one's scarier.
one's more legit.
Yeah, because isn't Scream like a half a parody of what horror
Yeah,
movies?
I mean,
are supposed
it
to
is
be?
a parody. It's not as extreme of
Yeah,
a parody as the scary movies
'cause
are.
Scary movies like the far parody.
Yeah, they
of-
took the slider all the way over to the other side.
It's like satire, or is that different?
No, I mean that's similar, but it's like it's extreme.
It's different.
It's extreme. It's like extreme satire.
Yeah.
As I said, it's like they took the slider and they just shove it all the way over, which is kind of hit and miss,
Yeah.
mostly miss. But
Scream makes you go like, this is a little bit scary, but it's funny, and the other one just as funny.
Yeah.
There's no scariness.
because Scream is still technically a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Like people are still gonna get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
People
but
got fucked up on Scary Movie.
Yeah,
No,
but
but
it's
like-
funny.
Not it's different fucked up. It's like actual fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're telling me Charlie Sheen dying from an erection is not fun, like not fucked up?
That's funny. It's different. It is not the same.
Hold up, we're kind of like laggy.
Oh.
We're like, hey, we're talking about Ghostbusters. Afterlife, is that what it's called?
Yes, Afterlife.
The reboot, the sequel. I
No,
don't
this
know.
is the second reboot of the first reboot.
Yes.
But it's also
But
a
it's also a
sequel.
sequel.
It's like the Matrix
this
4,
yeah.
but for Ghostbusters.
Yes,
But better.
but better.
We don't talk about Matrix 4 here anymore.
It didn't happen.
It's like that cooking guy. What's his name? Papa.
Oh, Josh Wiseman.
Yeah, it's like something but better.
Yeah.
This is what this is.
This is Matrix 4, but better.
But better. Done right.
Done correctly.
Done with love.
This movie I thought was interesting because I was like, I love Ghostbusters. It's like a childhood movie, and I'm like, we got to go through all the Ghostbusters. So I rewatched a little bit of the old ones, and I watched the newest. The second newest one.
Yes.
With all the girls that we all watched together, right?
Yeah,
right?
totally.
The first reboot.
Yeah, the first reboot.
Yeah, I remember that Friday night.
Yeah.
Totally.
What'd you guys think of that movie? Like, I liked, or I hated
Thor.
I hated what they did with Thor. What are you talking about?
No, I like him. I hate what they did with him, but it's Thor.
We're not talking about this movie.
Oh, sorry.
This movie never happened. Okay.
I sat through it.
He's like, I'm gonna rant.
Disgusting.
2 out of 10.
I think we're too many years. What's it called, like behind?
To rant about this film.
Yeah.
But new one, I liked it.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
was pleasantly surprised. I think I went in without expecting anything. I'm just gonna put it in the background, and I'm like, oh shit, it's kind of fire. Okay.
So I went in expecting the second reboot. So I'm like, it's gonna be guys. I'm like, this is a god tier movie.
I don't think I expected it to be that because I understood like the feeling would be different. And it is, I mean, it is obviously just like hardcore, just straight 100% nostalgia injected into your veins.
Pretty much.
Dude, that sells nowadays.
Of course. And I mean, there's a part of you that's obviously really satisfied when you get that nice liquid nostalgia just in there. But yeah, I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like between the story, I was wondering how they're gonna go with it because it's like a reboot, but way into the
reboot sequel.
Future, yeah, or whatever. But the way they did it, I thought was pretty interesting, using like her family as the catalyst for everything to go down. I did think it was weird. It basically made you feel bad for what he did through the whole family. Basically, he's like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna save the world." It's like you should tell someone.
Like, wow, this guy's an asshole. Just like ditch his family and friends and just like fuck everybody. And like, oh, he was trying to save the world, huh?
Maybe tell your family.
Yeah,
you're gonna
right?
do that.
Tell somebody.
Like obviously he told his friends, and they're just like, sure.
Like, nah, man, you're tripping.
Yeah,
you're tripping.
Past
dude.
that.
Yeah, we passed that.
But no, he's just like, fuck off, family. Who cares? So I did feel bad for them on that.
Yeah.
I thought the family aspect of this movie was pretty interesting.
It's fun. I mean, I like the main characters.
Same.
Yeah, I like the kids. I like them a lot.
I like the kids.
Like the main character, like the chick. She's great. I thought she was great.
Like quirky and funny. Yeah.
Just like the dryness of all the deliveries and
Dude,
everything.
her jokes were god.
Dude, they were God.
So they're like,
God, no, that podcast kid.
Podcast is great, dude.
He's so good.
Dude, if we were younger, that would be us right now.
Dude, I love that part where the Ghostbuster guy is like, "Oh, you're so and so," and you're like, "Oh, episode whatever." That's where you find your real voice. He's like, "Right."
I like it. He's like, "You were my one listener." It's just so great. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? I mean,
The whole movie's
the whole,
ridiculous.
and I mean that's what it is, right? That's always what Ghostbusters has been. It's just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
You're just watching it because it's ridiculous. It's just funny.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what are the other like standout moments or stuff that
The other stand-up moment for me was when Paul Rudd and the other girl got possessed by ghosts.
Oh yeah.
And then they're like, "We gotta fuck
Yeah,
now."
what the
I was like,
fuck? Well, Ghostbusters always had that, like, as you talked about, the horny undertone of the movie.
I don't know, ghosts were horny.
I was waiting for like a scene where they're like going to be making pottery, and then like Slimer comes in the back and just starts making pottery with someone.
Just make fun of the other ghost movie.
That's what I picture, because Ghostbusters is almost a parody of like
Oh, it kind of
spooky
is.
ghost
Yeah.
type of movies, but it just it's different.
I mean, it was nice seeing, like the old cast and stuff like that. I mean, that was always, I do find it interesting seeing that. So the character who plays Egon is dead, right?
Yes.
Currently he is not with us, but it's funny. I do enjoy, it's interesting how they use this image, but no words, right? Like they didn't try to like stitch together some deep fake whatever words to get him to speak, like with Grand Moff Tarkin and Rogue One,
Leia.
right? Or Leia and stuff like that. And I just found it interesting. And I'm like, I was wondering because when he shows up, at the end, spoilers.
Oh my god!
but when he shows up, or his spirit shows up, I'm just like, so are they gonna make him speak or something, or did they record something?
Dude, no. Okay, they had this Dragon Ball Z fucking moment. When they're like the Ghostbuster is shooting the shit,
When
right?
they're like going like this everywhere.
I remember, like, she's like Gohan, right? And I'm like, oh my god, don't tell me that fucking grandpa's gonna show up. And it shows up trying to hold it. I was like, dude, this is the Dragon Ball Z moment.
Like a man back and forth.
And then he shows up and he's just like, no, do it. And then they beat her.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, classic.
Classic.
10 out of 10.
When I was watching that, I was like, thinking of the like. Are there's like power levels between the ghost and the sucky machine?
Yeah.
Like in Harry Potter, how does that work? Like when two wizards are like doing the same spell at each other?
I don't know.
Is it like stamina?
Maybe it's senior. Maybe if you know,
Senior.
like you.
I've worked in the union 10 years, so my spells are stronger.
Well, I mean, like you've been practicing with it more. You have a feel. I don't know. Harry Potter never explains, right?
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying it's the same thing. Like in Ghostbusters,
it's not the same when you think about like a general like RPG style. It's like I have X amount of mana, right? This is what I use to cast my shit. This guy has like X to the nth power of mana. He's gonna fuck me up because he has more.
I've always talked about like when you jizz, is that you using mana? So it's like, do you jizz before a battle? You have less mana.
This
in
ain't
the fight? No, that's how you gain mana.
This ain't fate.
Anyway. Fucking so stupid.
Maybe it's just willpower.
It's just willpower. It's just mental fortitude, I guess. Because somehow the machine strapped to your back understands. It knows your mental will.
I think it like detects the grip power. You know, so like the harder you grip,
the harder you get.
I was gonna go back to like,
it shoots out more.
I thought you was going back to the Matrix, and like it goes into your spine. And then you shoot in.
It turns into a whole suit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Maybe next movie.
I do wonder if they are gonna do another one.
I don't know.
This was gonna happen to. I think it did well. I don't know. I haven't checked.
I think
The movie did good.
it did pretty well. I know reviews were mixed, just because it was just hardcore.
It's a Ghostbuster
it was
movie.
just
It's gonna be
hardcore
hard.
nostalgia. And I mean, part of it too was everyone's like, "Oh, people like this movie more than the other one." You know, the arguments that come from there.
Yeah.
But so maybe it's kind of hard to tell. I mean,
I wish they do a TV show.
that'd be nice.
That'd be cool. The issue with this is it also made it seem like there's been no ghosts in this world since movie 3.
Uh-huh.
Because they're like, yeah, we just now work as like normal people.
Dude, imagine you're a kid, and then you find out, years later, you're like, yo, my grandpa was this fucking guy, and they did this.
But they didn't even know who he was.
I know. I was like, what?
Because imagine working on the fucking, I almost said Mr. Mobile. The Ghostbusters.
The Batmobile?
Yeah, the Batmobile.
The car.
Yeah, the car. And he's working on it. He's like, I don't know what it is. It's cool, though.
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be one of those jokes, like all these fucking kids don't know anything from like the 80s or whatever bullshit.
Because I was going to say Paul Rudd knows, but he's also more of a
He's from that time. He's from that time
though.
period. I think if you think about it, if you think about their ages, Paul Rudd's character is probably a person who was a kid
during that time
period.
But still, if I was told that ghosts are real because of they found them from the Ghostbusters, I'm pretty sure we'd all learn that in history class. It'd be like aliens coming down from space.
True.
And then they went away, and you had a kid like 2 years later.
I don't know, man. We live in a day and age that people think the world is flat, and that
it is.
Yeah, totally. And the moon landing didn't happen, so.
Well, why do you need the moon landing? The world's flat. They just come together and we got a pancake.
If you just jump, You get to the moon.
You get there.
Yeah.
You got double jump though. Break gravity.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't know. These kids are, but I do feel like that. Maybe it's one of those things on the internet, because everyone's like, "Nah, these people be crazy," Even though like a giant Stay Puft,
Photoshop,
the giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man,
destroyed half the fucking New York.
Wrecked New York.
That's what I said. It's like there's ramifications that has happened.
But then again, I don't think it's one of those things. Like because this happens in a lot of films, kind of like this.
Yeah.
Right. This is the same problem that you get if you consider the character of Wonder Woman, like in the DCEU or whatever's. Because you think about it, I mean, this lady was, doing crazy shit in World War I.
Yeah.
It's like the idea of like, how does this person just disappear?
Yeah.
Like you would know it's this like, yeah, you're the fucking superpowered lady. Unless it's classified, I guess, you could kind of try to hide some things under the rug right from that time period. But it's the idea, it's like when you're dealing with alternate histories, like it's so difficult to think of a world where that happened and have it be cohesive when you still want it to feel realistic and relatable.
Yeah. But to me, that's the issue with this. Yeah. It's not an alternate history. It's the same history. That's
but I mean, it's like an alternate of our own, right? Because it's the idea that obviously for us, Ghostbusters is media, but in theirs, it actually happened, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's the same problem I have with Bright, right? The idea
Bright's just bad.
It's horrible, but like with its world building, it's like, okay, you have this world building that 1,000 years ago, all this fucking fantasy shit happened. The world should not be the way it is now if that was the case.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't. Like, cultures would evolve differently. Everything would, it would just not be the same. I mean, you can make the argument that it's like, alternate universe, whatever bullshit, right? And is what it is. But it's just poor storytelling, or it's poor world building when it happens. Like, I don't believe a kid that in the modern day that lives on the internet would not know these people existed.
Yeah. Because you would know what your father did, at least, or like even if you didn't know his name, you would know who that name was. To me, that's like a big part of history.
But then again, I don't know, because you have like podcast. Podcast knows, right? He knows of the Ghostbusters. That's like in his circle, right? Yeah. And I think the kids know the name. Yeah. Because it makes it seem like they know what that is
of the Ghostbusters.
Of them. But then again, it's like you ask.
But they're only like a generation. It's only like 20
it's a couple generations.
40 years maximum.
It's almost 30 years because that was 1994 when it happened. So this takes place 20.
But then again, it's not like it's not like every modern person's caught up with events either, right? It's not like you can say you walk up to a 13-year-old kid and ask them about fucking like Watergate or not.
They also live in a tiny town, so probably they're just like
I know.
No, they do now.
Yeah. But to me, that's just such a big debate. Like in history, we all argue, are ghosts real?
Oh, of course.
And obviously, they are in this world. So you don't think people would be arguing at least if ghosts were real at some point in life?
Well, but it also says like, so they appear. Right, they appear in those the first whatever films and stuff, the first 3 films, and then I mean this movie makes the claim that after what they did in those 3 films, they kind of fucking just
the ghost said, "Fuck that, I ain't going outside."
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
They beat the ghost forever.
Yeah.
So like that makes sense. So they're like, we beat the ghost, so they're not gonna show up ever again. So why talk about it?
I mean,
I still feel like you showed it in history. It's like, why talk about World War I? We already beat the Germans. Why talk about them again?
Twice.
But I mean, I think it's more of a question of like, it's trying to make the statement of how things that aren't in the zeitgeist just kind of vanish after a time period. Yeah. Where like we'll say there's no ghosts for, I don't know, 20 something years, that the space of this is in. And it's not in the public mindset anymore. Yeah. I mean, there could be a whole generation of people that just are like, cool, that's something something old people talk about. I'm like, I don't believe this bullshit,
Show me the video.
Show me the video.
I don't know.
It's almost like telling me, the old person saw a UFO and they saw the UFO fall down in Roswell in the 60s.
Yeah, to me, this would be more to like the same level of like the first flight.
Oh yeah,
this is sense. To me like equal in history. If this happened in real life, I'm pretty sure for the rest of our time, people would be talking about.
And here's the
other
thing too, right? Now that you say this, now that I'm thinking about it, right? That backpack is some powerful bullshit. Yeah. Right? If some crazy people built this backpack in their garage in the 80s, I mean, military would be coming up here with fucking laser guns, just move, because you see the destruction this shit causes.
Fucking big ass laser marks and everything.
And they did
cutting
this
holes.
downtown.
Yeah. I mean, if you think of, it's one of those things. You watch this movie, you're not supposed to think about.
And they got like a slap on the wrist for it too.
Because you know going into this film that they did not think about the world building at at any deeper level than just like the shallowest.
Yeah, because it feels like in my mind what they did for the world building, it's like, okay, we had these cool people, and they did all this ghost stuff, and they, what a shame they went out of business. Now they have to work like human beings, I guess.
Except for Winston, right? The
oh yeah, because he's still answering the phone or something.
No. That's the
the mechanic dude, right?
Yeah. That was now super rich.
Yeah.
For
some reason.
That's right.
Yeah, he has a fucking. He's a CEO of some.
As I said, it just seemed weird, like how everything how their lives twisted.
Well, it's because the world building in this movie exists solely to serve the plot they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Right? There's no anything deeper than that. It's just we need a way to bring back the old crew.
Mm-hmm.
We need a way to explain why ghosts weren't there and them just coming back.
Mm-hmm.
We need a way to introduce these characters and send them into a bumfuck town because no one's going to believe any of this happens in a big city anymore. And it's a lot cheaper to do so.
What are you talking about?
Right? And I mean, like, because I don't think the budget for this film is crazy.
No, probably not.
No, and I mean,
there's only like a few like named actors I know.
Yeah, there's Paul Rudd, and I guess everyone coming in for a cameo, right? That's probably where all the funds went to.
Yeah, the other kid.
I know that kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Just said like that's it, really.
The mom might be in films as well, but I don't remember. But like, so that and that's just the thing that's all the world building does. It's just to serve those purposes.
Yeah.
And if you think about it any further than that, it's all gonna crumble.
No, of course.
It all falls apart.
It's like every movie that you watch. If you think about it,
don't
it's
think
bad.
about it.
Just don't think about
it. It's a great movie. Very entertaining.
I said I had a lot of fun with it. I liked the plot points. I did like the ghost, like how they're coming out of the hole of doom of
the Mesopotamian temple in the middle of Oklahoma.
If I was him, I would just took pictures and send them to my friends and be like, dude, I'm telling you, look down there, there's ghosts. Come on, help me out.
You know what's surprising to me, right?
What?
Like, so if you think about this, right? If you think about like just the idea of archaeology in any place, right?
Yeah.
If you were to publicize, if a mine were to publicize that while digging, we found a Mesopotamian temple, like a Babylonian temple that should not be in the U.S.
Bullshit.
but you know what I mean? It's like it's the idea of like, okay, so not only is this here that shouldn't be here because it comes from other side of the world, right? It's like you wouldn't think of this being publicized, it wouldn't just be automatically just swarmed.
By archaeologists,
government.
by the government. They're like, what the fuck is this doing here, right? And I mean, especially if it's a place like this where there probably is an energy reading come off it. Some some FBI dude isn't like, yo man, this is funky. What is this?
Can we turn into a weapon?
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like I don't see, especially if it's been there for how many years that it's been excavated, right? I don't see it going under the radar for so long, even if it is in some bumfuck town in Kansas.
There's so much stuff. Like I said, we're just gonna go deeper, and if you think about this movie, where did he get all the money to build all the fucking ghost sucky up thingies?
I guess they made a shit ton of money ghost busting.
Sure.
Busting that ectoplasm.
I like how he passed away and then was like, hey, your grandpa died. I think we're gonna inherit this house and all this money or whatever. And then it's like, oh, this is a piece of shit house.
Yeah.
Where's the money?
It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And like how people in town didn't recognize him. It was kind of like, yeah, this old crazy man.
Yeah, see, it's back to the issue of no one in the town knows who he was either. And they're older people.
I guess just the news didn't get to there, dude.
Yeah, they just didn't.
It didn't make national news.
Uh-huh.
It's probably just like a
A New York.
contained
Yeah.
events.
Imagine if there was a big tragedy in New York and no one ever heard about it. That'd be crazy.
Bro, that was the years before. It's different.
But we're not.
Yeah,
we're
sure.
past that now.
Sure, definitely.
You know, think a giant. I don't think everyone would remember if a giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walked. It's like saying, right?
It's like saying, what about Pearl Harbor in the
No,
40s?
no,
No one's ever heard of that either, I guess.
I mean, it's like saying like fucking Godzilla walked down the street in fucking Tokyo, and the
people
world
forgot.
Yeah, the people forgot that Godzilla fucking did
And they
that.
came back and they're like, oh shit, what is that?
I don't remember this. It's like some old dudes. What do you mean you don't remember this? You know the buildings that used to be there? That was him.
I told you.
I told you. You know, it's not like some crazy fisherman that saw him off the shore, you know? Like fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's. I'm a fuck. A giant laser beam shot into the sky and ghosts were fucking up everything.
Dude, I like that scene with Paul Rudd in the supermarket and all the marshmallows.
Oh,
The tiny marshmallows.
like
my
killing
two-
each other.
Yeah. Just eating each other and stuff.
Marshmallows were the
They were like roasting each
I
other.
was gonna say when they're roasting each other on the convection.
Yeah. Shit, dude. Classic. 8 out of 10.
It's an entertaining popcorn film. It just is what it
really
is.
is.
And it's like, especially if you like the franchise, if you like the series, and I mean the callbacks and everything, it's just like it hits those right moments for the type of movie it is.
Yeah,
Even if you don't, it's a good. It's a good watch.
Yeah, it's just a fun watch.
I think it's 7 personally out of 10.
7.5.
8.
So 7.5 as the average rate.
7.5.
Math class.
This is just average.
Decent.
Decent.
Yeah, I'd say it's streamable. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, it was
I'd
fun.
watch it again. Yeah.
Just going back to the cast. I think all the cast was fine.
Yeah.
The only weird plot point I think was with the boy and the love relationship that was kind of going on.
Oh, that was so
yeah.
funny.
It was funny, but it was just like it kind of just felt a little like slid in there
Yeah.
for just having him as the character.
Like, hey, are you hiring?
How old are you? 16?
17.
17.
Old enough.
Old enough. I think it's just meant to be funny. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's that whole.
I guess it's added a comedy element to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
seriousness.
And I feel like it's just a staple of anything like 80s related. It's just kind of the shit that goes down, you know, in movies like that.
I forgot I have one other big issue with this
Oh,
movie.
boy.
What are they going to do with all the ectoplasma, like, sucky up thingies? Now they sucked up
A
like
god.
1,000 ghosts or a god, yeah.
A god made up of like a million ghosts.
Yeah, so, like, do they hide those? Does someone trip on it and they just resummon it?
What happens in like the movies? What do they do with the ghosts? Do you remember?
No.
Like,
Like-
kept them in the backpack.
Like no, because they don't go in the backpack. This ain't
they go
this,
in the
this
little
isn't fucking
handheld
Luigi's
thing.
Mansion, my man. It goes into the trap.
That's what I said. Well, because they hid the one trap, and remember she pulls out the floorboards? and
Yeah.
She opens it, and the ghost flies away?
So okay, because
So
I
you gotta
remember.
hide- you gotta hide 1,000 of those?
no. But I thought, if I remember correctly, because I haven't seen the original Ghostbusters movies in a while, that they like dumped the ghosts from the traps into something.
They went to the ocean. You're like,
No. Like they
There's an island full of ghosts
Yeah.
in the middle of the sea.
like the traps, like they like connect it to something, and it like turns them into energy or flushes them or something.
Luigi's Mansion's backpack. That's what they emptied it.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm remembering this from Ghostbusters or if this legit Luigi's Mansion.
It's like, where do the ghosts in Luigi's Mansions go to? You know?
They go into like that weird engine thing that EGAD guy has.
Okay.
In the first one?
Yeah, because you pump him into like that weird machine thing in his laboratory.
I don't remember. Thought you just like suck them up,
No,
save Mario,
because
and then you GG.
Because I think if you have like certain amounts of each one, he gives you like there's like money that comes out of it, and he takes like the bosses and puts them into paintings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they do the same. They put them into paintings.
Paintings?
That's why it has the old ass Victorian house.
Dude, I fucking love that game.
They contain them.
Like forever? And you just like you bury the trap forever.
So this is what it says on the Ghostbusters wiki.
Okay.
There's a containment unit,
Yeah.
echo containment system, storage facility, and protection grid.
Okay.
So it's based in the firehouse. It's a large laser confined grid that holds and restrains all the vapors and titles of the Ghostbuster traps.
So it's like a septic tank.
Pretty much.
So what happens when it fills?
Yeah, that's why I said there's 1,000 traps in the middle of a field.
So, because obviously, like, so allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
These are scientists, right? And
Right.
the idea of like a conservation of mass and energy, right? That
Yeah.
idea of physics.
Yeah.
So, like, can you get rid of a ghost, or is it just around forever? Well, so in this world,
Can you use the ghost as energy? is
I
what
don't
he
know.
said.
In this world, there's a death god, right?
Yeah.
So some form of god exists in this world, or multiple of them, right? Because I guess the Mesopotamian gods exist. So it's like,
Right.
so what do you do with a god? Like, can you just convert it into? Is it your new nuclear power source? Can you just like convert them into
But
energy?
then is that
Is-
human, like, what's it called? It's like animal testing. Like,
Uh-huh.
can
Is
you
it-
do that? Does that fucked up? Like, does it feel
Wait.
pain?
Is it like a being that just can never like be, is it forever?
Damage?
Wait. So if you make the ghost like inhabit a different body, and then you kill this body, do they like disappear,
No, the ghost just goes.
or it just becomes ghost again?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I guess.
These questions don't have answers.
Well, if you kill a ghost, does it become double ghost?
It's
Like, is it
double
like,
ghosted. It's like when you pull another SSR,
yeah.
you become stronger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You
I think
combine
it's
them.
like that. Yeah.
Oh, it becomes strong. I think it's become weaker.
It's
so?
like Doomsday.
Like from Superman?
Yeah. Becomes stronger every time you kill
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can't kill him the same way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All I can tell
There's-
You know, if you know,
I mean,
comment down
below.
I mean, it's just not a question. I don't think this franchise has ever wanted to answer.
We're
'cause
just
it's
looking. We're just looking way farther deeper than we need to be.
It's just stupid to think about.
well, it's what happens when you just talk about it and you're like, wait a minute.
Wait a bit.
How
Yeah.
does this work? Like how the internet works. I don't know.
I'm like, yeah, I
Magic.
can review this movie.
magic.
I was going to deep dive on how Ghostbusting
Damn,
works.
Forrest Mr. Talk about the internet.
Damn.
Anyway,
Anyway.
I used the internet to watch another movie this week.
Oh yeah, we watched another one.
Another reboot.
Oh, you watched another reboot. You watched something else.
No.
Oh, so this is the same one.
It's the same one.
But see, I don't know if I
It's
would
a
consider
reboot.
that a reboot.
There
It's a
can't-
single
there's
story.
Yeah, there's no sequels. There can't be a sequel.
It's like saying
But there's
fucking.
another movie about it.
Yeah, it's like saying
There's
the
a
fucking,
lot of them. Yeah, there's so many.
Reboot.
It's like saying the gnome, the Romeo and Juliet is a reboot of Romeo and Juliet.
It is.
What?
Just with gnomes.
By the way, we're talking about Macbeth.
Can I walk out now or later?
or the tragedy of Macbeth, specifically,
Yes.
is the title of this film.
Yes.
This film looks glorious.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
Beautiful
a beautiful.
film.
It's a beautiful
Good
movie.
film. That's a good film.
I loved it, but I have severe biases. So
I do like it. It's just very hard watch though.
Mm-hmm.
nah.
Oh, it's oof. It's rough.
So you guys said it was beautiful. I had big issues with the camera work this whole movie.
What?
The camera was here,
Yeah.
right here. This whole movie. You build a set and then you show a guy's face. It's like, nah,
I
you
mean,
take like 2 steps back and we can see a little bit of the set. That would be nice. It'd be nice.
I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's a camera work style from ages long past.
That's
But-
why it's long past.
Dude, my favorite. Oh, I did like the world building, or like the, what's it called?
You know, who's the MVP in this movie?
The crows.
The actor who played the witches.
Yeah. I
Just
love.
MVP of this movie.
Dude, they're such good actresses.
It's one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about the crows.
Oh.
The Crows,
The crows.
the Weird Sisters.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's one actress.
I thought there was 3 of them.
No, there's 3 sisters. It's one
Yes.
actress.
That's why they never like. Well, when they interact, it's kind of weird.
That person.
Yep.
MVP.
MVP. Like
Oh,
when
you're
they're
up, I
when they're introduced,
Yeah.
that first shot
Yeah,
is
yeah,
so
yeah.
great.
I was just like,
with
bro.
like the one up top and the 2 in the water. I was like, oh, this is glorious.
Very well.
And it's so uncanny.
It is. Can't just like she just did that with just. It was no
Yeah, she's
special
like double.
effects or
I think
anything.
she's like double jointed
Yeah,
or what.
yeah.
It's just so strange.
Very strange.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Fantastic. Do it again. You find her?
Catherine Hunter.
Okay.
Her.
Yeah. She's also that old guy.
She is.
The one that takes care of the kid.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the only thing I didn't like about this movie, I don't know how I feel about Denzel Washington's Macbeth.
It's different.
It's way different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like, because it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those people that it's kind of hard to.
He acts himself.
Yeah. Like, and even if it's not himself, because, you could be like, it's different, right? But it just, his voice and mannerisms are so like iconic, even if he is technically a different character on the inside, all you can see is Denzel Washington.
Yeah, because like the way he delivers some lines, I was still kind of like I don't know, man.
Because it's still him.
Yeah.
It's the same. And I mean, like, and I feel like it's almost more just in line delivery. Because when it comes to actual just like acting, I feel like he's really good.
Yeah, his like body language and stuff were pretty good, but like, just the way he delivers some lines was just kind of like getting me out of the movie.
You're just like
play
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, like, this is not Macbeth.
I do feel like Frances McDormand's really good as Lady Macbeth.
Yeah.
She does very good as Lady Macbeth. But
she slowly goes crazy.
well, they both do. It's the idea.
No, Denzel.
This is another movie where what's that guy's first name? Gleason is his last name.
Is he an actor or the director?
Actor.
What's his last name?
Is it
Brandon Gleason or Berdan?
Yeah,
King?
The King.
Yeah,
He's really good.
This is another movie where he dies.
That's his name.
One Eye Booty.
Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan,
Yeah. Because Mad Eye, he's in Gangs of New York and he fucking dies.
Dude,
this guy just dies.
He just dies. He's a good death actor.
like Sean Bean.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that guy, Harry Potter's like cousin. In this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this bitch.
He's Malcolm.
I know him.
Oh. Like Harry Potter.
That guy.
Yeah. The guy that he plays good creeper. I'll tell you that much.
Yep, Malcolm.
He's the one in Prisoners I was talking about.
I forgot how Lady Macbeth, like the scene where she dies.
She just like falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
That's how she dies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You trip, you fall, and then you just die.
Yeah.
Like, remember when you pushed your dog down the stairs? There's that difference. But didn't die.
Because I think that's what it is. She like trips or whatever is in her
head,
monologue
I
and
think,
hits her head and she just fucking.
Because I think it shows her
I thought
hit her head.
it was suicide. It was in the play.
I think that's what it meant. She like jumps.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it is suicide. Yeah.
I'd probably jump not on the stairs because that doesn't seem like a.
Sounds
That seems like a
painful,
very
dude.
painful and a high chance of surviving.
I don't know.
You break every limb. You're like, fuck, I didn't
I
die.
didn't hit the head. Fuck.
Yeah. And I mean, I liked the actor for Banquo. He was good when it was like his ghost and everything was great. The guy from Macduff was decent.
Yeah.
I liked him as well. I mean, it's like it is like a powerhouse cast in its own way, and I feel like they did very well. And you can still you could very well still see the style of the director, even if it isn't the duo.
Yeah.
I mean, so this movie is directed by Joel Cohen of Coen
Brothers.
Brothers fame, because I guess the other one doesn't want to make movies anymore, which is fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
But
They all did The Matrix 4 together, and we should be good.
No, that's a
I
different.
know it's different
Yeah.
brothers.
Different siblings.
Different siblings.
but yeah, but I still do. You still do see a bit of that, like that style and the way things are framed and the way like they go about scenes and acting. It's still very much in that vein of what you would expect of like a Coen Brothers movie, even if it is Joel Cohen.
Yeah.
And I do think it's very interesting. So if you take like modern renditions of Macbeth, right? Because you have this one.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, you have the one with Marion Cotillard and
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. Thank you. Right, and they're very different in style. Even I mean, the lines are exactly the same, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's straight.
a play.
It's straight from Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
Reboot.
I mean, it's straight from. It's the same lines, but they feel like such different movies.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting how you can do that just with visual style and just like who's acting and doing the things as well.
Yeah.
Like this movie, in my opinion, feels kind of timeless because there's no like specific pinpoint of. I mean, it's just the way it's designed,
Shot,
and everything.
Black and white.
Yeah, like
or weird color.
like
palette.
the set designs are so simple and stuff. You can't like it's so stylized.
That's the word. Set design.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
really
so
good.
stylized that you can't be like, oh, this is just like a 2021 movie, right? And I do appreciate that for something like Macbeth, which is considered, a timeless classic story.
The customs were really good.
Yeah. So I had real no issues with it.
No,
So the only issue I said was camera work, but
I mean at this
set
point,
design was beautiful.
at this point, the only thing I would ever say of a film like this is just like it is Shakespeare. It is.
If you read the story,
If
you watch any of them, it's the same difference.
Or, if you're a person that hates it anyway and can't stand Old English, then you're going to hate the movie anyway because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty.
I will say this Old English was very understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's another thing that I liked. Because thinking of the Michael Fassbender movie,
Yeah.
everything's acted
Yeah.
like in the traditional movie way. So it's kind of mumbled.
Yeah.
Like it's whispered and mumbled because they speak it the way that you would speak it in a movie, right?
Yeah.
Whereas this, I feel like they speak it the way you would do it on the stage.
Yeah.
And this movie goes out of its way to make sure every word is enunciated,
Yeah.
which is maybe why they picked who they picked for different roles.
I could see that
Yeah.
because
Because the way their diction is just very clear.
they're also more of a stage actor than
Yeah.
they are.
Uh-huh.
Or grew up stage actors.
Yeah, exactly. So, and because that was always, I remember that was always one of the big gripes with the Michael Fassbender version of Macbeth, is it was a very beautiful movie and it looked well acted, but you couldn't understand shit.
Oh, yeah, it needs subtitles.
Not even beside the fact that it's just Shakespeare English.
Yeah.
You just couldn't even hear it.
Oh, dude, if I couldn't hear anyone in this movie, I would have hated this movie
Yeah.
with a passion. Just like they don't fucking talk.
Yeah, and I feel like that was always the problem with that film.
Yeah.
Where this one, going into it, I was like, well, if it's going to be the same, I know that's going to be a problem. But you go in and everything is very well just like spoken.
They talk the human English.
Dude, that's my problem with plays. Because I have such a bad hearing. And when I'm in a play, I'm like, I need subtitles. I don't know what the fuck they said.
I don't know what's going
I
on.
picked up 3 words. And I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Bob goes to the play, and sometimes there's a sign language person in the back, and he's like, "I'm gonna learn sign language." I couldn't see what they're
It's gonna be
saying.
the worst, right? Because you want to go see
Yeah, I
Hamilton,
went to see
right?
Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, dude. I don't know what the fuck he said. Like 50% of the play, and like the subtitle, they had subtitles for the songs, but it was so far from my eyes to see. I can't read that.
So you're blind and
deaf.
I was like, you just can't enjoy the stage,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm like, bro, why when you put the subtitles on the side of the theater
Yeah.
instead of like in the center, a little bit bigger? Like, whatever. I'm just nitpicking, but fuck.
I do agree with that, though. Sometimes you get the actor who's very
little
not
harder.
very loud.
Yeah, it's a little harder to understand,
Yeah.
and it's also the way like sound mixing works with movies and stuff, where you have to play the volume game,
Wow.
right?
It's a fight scene. And
I can't hear anybody.
And you turn it up, and then an explosion happens, and your whole house trembles.
you're like, what happened? But a movie like this, obviously, you don't really have that.
You don't have that
because
problem
The only fight scenes you're gonna have is with swords.
at the end.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
This movie is dialogue.
Yeah.
That's what this film is.
Dialogue heavy. So if you're not into that, probably not gonna like it.
No, of course not. Like I said, I mean,
I said if you
like the biggest turnoff I would ever say about this film, it's like it's Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's
you,
what I would say.
you don't like Shakespeare, you don't like what it's all about, you're gonna fucking hate this movie.
Yeah.
Right? And that's always the way it is. I mean, sure, you might be able to get past it to enjoy the visuals and the presentation of what this is.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of the better ways to actually understand Macbeth. Because I mean, I watched it with my copy with me because I wanted to see how they did stuff with lines.
Damn.
Sure.
And they skip over stuff
Of course.
in places, and it's very tastefully done.
Yeah.
Because everything they skip is just extra embellishment to stuff they say anyway. And so that's the other thing I do like, because it presents this story in a very easy to digest manner from just like saying going through the play as is, which I appreciated quite
So
a bit.
you're a high school student studying Macbeth. watch the movie.
Yeah, then you don't have to read
You
the
don't
book.
have to read it.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta read it. You just know.
You just have to sit through 2 hours of content instead of doing like
Watch the movie.
What,
have
5 hours
Spark
of book?
Notes right next to you. You're
No,
good.
I mean, you can get through the book. You're supposed to be able to get through the book in 2 hours.
Yeah,
it's a
I know.
play.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
It's not long. I mean, the copy I have, I think the majority of it is footnote. not even play. It's like footnote and extra bullshit about everything around it.
The worst character in this movie was Lady Macbeth. She's just scumbag.
Well, I mean,
yeah, of course. I thought you meant like acting wise. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just her character. You're just like, just a scumbag character. And you're like,
Of course.
wow.
They're both kind of scummy.
Well-
it's just Lady Macbeth brings out the scumminess of Macbeth.
But Macbeth's kind of a bitch because his wife or whatever is like, you should kill the king, so then you become the king.
Yeah.
Because of this, blah blah blah. She's like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna do it. And then she gets all pissed off of him because he did it wrong. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I feel bad now. Like, oh, you stupid bitch. That's how I tempered it in my head.
He made it modern.
He made it modern.
I picture Bob sitting there. He's like, the scene would have been better with
Stupid son of a bitch. He's fucking Urban Dictionary translating in his head while this movie's fucking playing. It's like, oh fuck, what was it? Oh no, there's a website, right? And I'm trying to remember it in my head. I don't remember what it's called.
It's a wisecrack.
No. Because Spark Notes, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like Spark Notes, but it I'm thinking of the best way to describe what it does, because it's like Spark Notes, but specifically it hoodifies it. Is the best way I can describe.
I've seen this,
Okay.
but in a video.
Okay, that might be what it is.
Okay,
I think it is a video.
Yeah.
I have no good clue what you guys
Dude,
are
it's
talking
so
about.
funny.
It's so
It's
they
so funny.
basically take Shakespeare's plays
Yeah.
and they like gangsterfy it.
I
Is
love
the
it.
best way to describe it.
There's a channel on YouTube. I think it's like why something. They do like oh fuck, what's it called? Psychological videos, or like we're gonna analyze whatever play, book,
Usual,
or whatever
yeah.
show or whatever, right?
It's wisecrack.
Yeah, wisecrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the segment of this guy that looks like a gangster, right? Sitting on like in a library, and he tells you about a play or a book. He like makes a hood, and it's just so funny.
Look how you guys went there. I was picturing more like you were saying, like, yeah, it's like when you translate like English to Spanish or something.
No.
Translate English to hood.
It makes it urban.
Urban. That's why I was trying to think of the best way to describe it, because this is what it is.
Is what it
It
is.
is true. It is true.
It's great.
But it's great. It's just funny. It's interesting to me.
Very easy to digest.
What was that one play that remember Dante Bosco as an actor? He did like a Shakespeare play, but they kind of hoodified it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about like
I'm
Peter
not
Pan.
No.
I'm not entirely sure,
Dante.
but
That last Airbender of the play.
but Macbeth was great.
It was great.
You love artsy movies. You love Shakespeare. You're gonna fucking love this movie.
Watch it on Apple Plus.
Yeah, it's on Apple TV or
Or,
Apple
you know,
Plus
wherever.
whatever it is. Or wherever you find it. You know.
I didn't say anything.
That's
you know, you know.
You know.
No one knows. I can't find it.
Oh,
There's a lot more movies than I thought.
yeah.
I was like, huh?
But yeah, it was great. It was wonderful.
Maybe it wasn't Dante Bosco though.
Oh,
What's that play about?
It was just one of the. I'm pretty sure it was like one of Shakespeare stuff, and they just changed all the characters into more of like hoodlums and stuff. And they're driving like flat car or that like raised up cars.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to even call it.
Sounds familiar.
I'm gonna look up something that probably.
So while we're on like this area of like
Plays.
Shakespearean adaptations, I feel like this is one of the better ones in a long while. But then again, I don't know if there has been like a real one.
Tell me, Romeo and Juliet is not.
No, it's not. And that was already like 10 years ago at this point.
Oh fuck! Here, I want to see The Tempest.
The one with Russell Brand?
No, a new one.
Oh.
A new adaptation of the Shakespeare play.
I thought you meant that movie.
No.
Because you've seen that movie.
I don't think I have.
Oh.
Wait. No. I
No,
thought you were talking
it's
about,
decent.
I thought you were talking about it's like they have satellites in space that control with the weather.
No,
The different movie.
no. I
It's
mean,
not
like,
Russell
I mean,
Brand
I
either.
mean the Shakespearean The Tempest.
No.
There's an adaptation of The Tempest that has Russell Brand in it.
Is it good?
It's decent. As I said, like it's been a while. I mean, Macbeth is the first one probably since the other Macbeth, right? And it's funny to me because I mean, personally, Macbeth is my favorite Shakespearean play.
You like it better than Hamlet?
I do like it better than Hamlet.
I agree with you over him.
Oh, I know. I do like it. I do like it better than Hamlet.
Okay.
I mean, Hamlet's good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Hamlet's like right there behind.
Why, you think it's better than Romeo and Juliet? I got you, Bob.
Now I'll put it in the thumbnail.
It's better than Romeo and Juliet. Fuck that play.
fuck
That's like
that play.
that's like my
It's
least
so-
favorite
it's so
Shakespeare play.
shitty, dude.
But
I
then
like
again,
you've
okay.
had to watch it like 1,000
But
times.
here's
so.
also the thing about Romeo and Juliet. I think it's a difference of perspective. I think if you look at the play the way modern culture wants you to look at the play, it's a shitty play.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way Shakespeare intended the play to be, where you were basically like, yo, let's watch these dumb motherfuckers kill each other, then yes, it's a decent play. Because that's what he meant it as. He meant it as just like an over-exaggeration of like this idea of families just killing each other
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's all like, oh, and it's also like an idea of, hey, look at stupid teenagers doing stupid stuff.
I think stupid doesn't cut it. How stupid this is.
I know, but that's what I mean. And if you look at it that way,
Yeah.
like if you look at it like you're watching like some fucking TLC show, I don't think it's that bad.
Top tier entertainment. Dude, I want to see it.
But if you,
I blanked out on what you guys were saying because I was looking up stuff and I got back to TLC. I don't know what we're talking about.
Romeo
anymore.
and Juliet,
Minute.
Oh,
that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
Like if you look at Romeo and Juliet,
I thought you were talking about like Hamlet or
No,
fucking-
no.
I'm like, what are you talking
Like
about?
if you look at Romeo and Juliet and you watch it like you're watching some like TLC show
Yeah.
where you're just there to watch a dumpster fire of people, I feel like it's decent.
It was like watching Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly. Or
I have no
domestic
thought
girlfriend
of
or
it.
whatever.
Domestic Girlfriend. Oof.
It's just one of those things you want to watch the dumpster fire happen, right? I feel like, and I almost feel like that is how Shakespeare intended it. Because obviously, you know, the modern interpretation is like, oh, look at this love story, and you know, whatever. Nah, I'm pretty sure Shakespeare's like, look at these dumb people. That play was basically his version of I'm gonna make a TLC show.
Yeah, probably.
Shakespeare,
a
the
play.
first one to make dumpster fire show.
Nah, it's probably way before him.
I feel like it's a form of entertainment that's existed for a long time.
That sells okay. Dude, I want to see Dante's Inferno adapted.
There's a animated version of it.
No.
There's a video game. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I
there's
want to
good
see a
video game.
movie.
There's animated.
I just
movie
don't know.
of it.
I just don't know how you would go about doing that.
That's why you'll
Because,
have
for
some
instance,
big brain director do it.
For instance, there was going to be, like, if we're in the same vein, right? In the same
Sure,
vein
sure.
of, there was going to be a movie adaptation of Paradise Lost
Okay.
with Bradley Cooper as Lucifer, and it just never left the ground. It just didn't.
Makes sense.
What year was this?
Oh, this is like 10 years ago now. But if that, because I remember this was a thing, and I was like, oh, this is crazy that they're going to do Paradise Lost.
It would have been controversial.
No, not even.
No. Well, at the time,
At the time, maybe.
maybe.
But like this idea of, because I think it was in that time period where the idea of like these epic kind of like fantasy films, especially mythological ones.
Yeah.
This is the time when like, you know, the reboot of Clash of the Titans came out and like,
Oh.
you know, all those kind of that era. And so probably to a studio, the idea of doing Paradise Lost
Dude,
would be,
that guy that did Mother should do Paradise Lost.
I mean, after Noah, I don't know if he should.
He did Noah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what?
I mean, to his credit, Noah's the only movie by Darren Aronofsky that I really, really hate. But
Sounds real bad.
because the other ones, I mean, Mother's okay. Mother's fine. I mean, Black Swan's great. The Fountain's great. Requiem for a Dream is great. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Noah's the black spot. But after seeing that one, I don't know if I agree.
I just don't
I
feel
take
like
it back.
I just don't feel like some of these books or plays or whatever you want to call them can be adapted.
And I don't. They're not meant to be.
Because I couldn't picture like Dante Inferno. It'd
I
be
could see
just
it
a
as-
guy walking.
That is what it is.
Yeah, as I said.
There's no.
Dialogue heavy.
It's like
Not even enough would be dialogue heavy.
Dante's Inferno is not like a traditional story.
Yeah.
It's not a hero's tale.
Yeah.
It's a man wanting to rant about the world
Yeah.
around him because he was pissed.
Because I was about to say, even the dialogue in it is in his head most of the time.
Well, he's
Or
talking to people.
Yeah.
He's talking to Virgil,
Yeah.
or he's just listening to monologues from people that are like, "I'm in hell because I was a shithead,"
Yeah.
basically.
Because there's nothing in my mind that I'd picture like what the movie would be about, except just watching him. It'd be almost like an interview type
It'd be
movie.
you know what it would almost be to a certain degree. It'd be very Green Knight-esque, except without a goal at the end.
Yeah.
Because that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Forrest would love the movie.
Because
love the play.
all
Fucking
Dante's
dope.
like the Divine Comedy in general is just a journey,
Yeah.
right? It's just this man who was going to commit suicide because his lady friend died, even though he never had anything with a lady friend. But that's the historical beside the point.
Details.
And then
I need
Virgil's
the
like,
details.
"Yo, man, you gonna commit suicide? You want to see what's gonna happen to you? Let's go!" and that's basically what this story is.
Dude, that reminds me of Platinum's End. That's exactly the plot. Well, dude, you want to kill yourself? Bro, what if you don't and I make you a god?
So you're watching it right now. That's what Dante's Inferno would be.
Shit, dude.
Do you want to watch
I
it
take it
now?
all back.
But I mean, it's just interesting when you think about like what would be, because I think there's like the classics where you would consider like Victorian, slightly that era, and then there's like the classics, like the even before that.
Yeah.
And if you think about those and what they are, I feel like a lot of them are very hard to adapt as they are. Or if you do something like this Macbeth movie.
Yeah.
Like you want to do, I don't know, you want to do fucking Hamlet again, you can do Hamlet.
You do Othello.
You want to, huh?
Again.
Othello.
Yeah, Othello, Titus Andronicus, right?
Gross.
Any of the King Henry movies or plays, or
Yeah.
it's just the same bullshit, right? And it's like you just do a film either like this or something adjacent, and that's just how you would do
Can they
Shakespeare.
make it a musical?
I don't see why not.
Somebody do it.
What are we talking about again? Are
I
we
don't
talking
know.
about Dante again?
Did you do a Shakespeare play movie, but you make it into a musical?
I don't think that'd be hard at all.
No, you can probably do a Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Yeah.
Do it.
Make it like a Midsommar movie.
I love Midsommar.
When everyone dies, it's real brutal.
It's real brutal.
Damn, Jamie, what's the time?
4:07.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like this movie was great, and I loved what it did. And as much as I would love to see adaptations of stuff similar, I mean, I'm okay if it doesn't. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Those pieces of work are what they are in their past.
Yeah.
But especially if they do receive like a treatment of like what this film like did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always happy for it.
I think
But
Apple Plus has been doing some really good quality content, like in
Is
their
Apple
movies.
Plus?
in shows,
Yeah, and their movies, so they're very artsy. I think they put a lot of production into their movies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They've
They got the money.
They
I
got the
mean,
Apple money.
Foundation looked nice. It was okay.
Finch looked
I
nice.
watched the
It was
first-
okay.
I thought you liked it.
I told you to watch it because I wanted someone to talk to about it.
He fucking lied to me. It's really good.
The animation. God,
CG
dude. The
CG of gods.
I was like, holy shit. This story, I'm like, this is a story.
So I mean, they are putting quality. Like I mean, the money.
They're putting money into the production,
Yeah.
but not into the writing.
as you do.
Sure, yeah.
You go one
long
way.
as
You go one way or the other, right?
Yeah, as long as it looks pretty, right?
I don't know what I'd rather have more: a good story or good look, but shit story.
I'd rather have a good story.
Yeah.
And everything's in one room.
Well, it's the anime conundrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you rather have just like god tier animation, but like the shittiest story, or like
But I
god
almost-
tier story, but just subpar
In my
animation?
personal opinion, I almost think animation is so much more important than film look. Because if you get like fucking X Arms level of animation,
but the story's God
the
tier.
story
Look,
is God tier, it's garbage.
This is like
but if you get like X Arms story, but you get like UFO table like animation, that's God tier.
it's the Akira problem, right?
Oh.
Akira is beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Story. Did you see that one news article about someone finally deciphered a thing on a panel of one of the art things?
Uh-huh.
Someone wrote in like, I think it's like binary, but it's like really hard to see on a panel that you'd work on. And it says it's him complaining that the animation wasn't as good as it should be.
Oh shit!
The animator himself like
put
wrote
it in
that.
there.
Yeah. And you watch the animation, you're like, it's so good. What's wrong?
What do you mean it could have been better?
Can't be better.
So I saw that. I'm like,
Do it can be better at that time period, bro?
yeah,
I
that's what
mean,
saw.
obviously, you know, the amount of bodies and manpower you throw at this.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I do understand that with animation, but I do feel like it's very important with like a film.
Yeah.
Because cinematography does change so much of what is like a film is perceived as.
Yeah.
Because I hate when I watch this is a problem with this was one of my problems with the fucking Matrix, right? It's just the way it's filmed. It's filmed like
CG.
like no the CG. I mean, Matrix had shit CG since the 90s, but I mean it's the idea that it's filmed like every other action movie with the way they do the jump cuts and the shaky cam and all the stuff, and I hate it so
to
much.
me, if you watch The Matrix, we've already talked about it. Watch that old episode.
Yeah.
That movie is what you do not do in all of it, from the story to
to everything, every little bit and piece. And I mean, and that's the thing, right? Well, I mean, we've talked about The Green Knight before. The Green Knight's a fucking beautiful movie, but
the story is subpar for what they did.
Yeah, I think, but
personally too.
Yeah,
so because it's like you said that movie is beautiful.
Yeah,
and I think the same thing. But from what they did to it, I think I give it like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah.
Just because of the story over the animation.
No, of course. Over cinematography.
So to me, I guess almost in movies, the story is a very big draw.
I always feel like story should be king. Story and character should be king, and everything else should be a window dressing that just propels it into something beyond that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like, because the thing is that when a story is shit, I mean, at that point, you're not even paying attention to the music anymore. You're not paying attention to how it looks. You're just like, you're just like, fuck these people.
That's why I said I'm pretty sure cinematography to animation is almost flipped.
A little bit.
Look at what he's watching. World's End Harem.
Subpar story, subpar animation, got to your show.
See?
It's like two negatives make positive.
But he's watching this for very different reasons.
Of course. And that just like makes up for it.
It's completely different reasons.
I'm telling you, to me, animation's on a whole different scale.
That's like saying you go to Pornhub and you want to watch this high cinematography.
Dude, it matters though. If you get the under the ball shot, no one else.
You're right.
See, I'm telling you, cinematography matters.
Imagine that under ball shot in AK.
Like that one cartoon we watched. But
what are we talking about?
Sorry, he just said that. It just reminded me of a show we watched this last weekend.
Okay.
That we watched. Okay, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that till it gets to the end. So we still got another 3 weeks.
Okay. You have a surprise for us?
No.
He was lying.
He lied to me again.
He said it at the beginning.
Nope, I got nothing.
You got nothing?
You guys got anything?
No, we good.
Any news articles? I kind of said mine with the Akira that's like 2 years old now.
Playboy has some cool merch that's anime related, I guess.
Playboy.
Oh, yeah.
The Playboy Tokyo store?
Yeah.
You should get some of that Playboy merch. No, I'm going to just double check. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah, but that's it.
It was pretty fire. Yeah, that's everything.
I have one thing.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I forgot. New Pokemon games, ass. Fuck you, Nintendo. Can't return it because it's Nintendo.
It's so funny. 'Cause he came over yesterday. He's like, "What are you playing?" I'm playing a new Pokemon game. I hate it.
Thanks, I hate it.
You want to play a game where we want to play Pokemon Go, basically.
Oh, that's what it is.
Without moving.
No, with
No,
moving.
we just move. Without
Yeah,
physically moving.
yeah, without physically moving. Yeah,
Well, no, I'm good.
yeah, that's what it is.
Not even the cool landscapes.
Landscapes are coolish.
They're
Your
aight.
character, for some reason, can't climb.
What?
Or walk up a hill that's like,
Can you jump?
you can dive roll.
But
But if you dive roll on a hill, it kind of just, you
like,
kind of spin in circles.
I've seen screenshots and like the landscape dude looks so shitty. Like it's not even.
It's not great.
It's flat. It's super open. It doesn't. I'm only in like area 2, I guess.
Because you go into this game thinking, it's gonna be, I don't know, Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna look like Breath of the Wild. It's gonna look like every Breath of the Wild clone, like Genshin and everything.
Yeah. Genshin
It
Quest.
doesn't.
Nope.
It doesn't. You're not even fighting gym leaders.
I fought in like
Because
3 things.
I think when this game was announced, I mean, the idea of I'm gonna be in this like Breath of the Wild-esque open world with all the crazy Pokemon just living there as animals and everything. You're like, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if like you combined it with like the general mechanics of what a Pokemon game normally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't do that.
Yeah. You're just basically you're the first person basically to make a Pokedex.
Yep.
Because you come from the past, because, the god Arceus or whatever his name is, fucking yanks you from your world, I guess. And he's
From
like,
the future.
yeah.
So I get isekai'd into this world.
So you're in like normal clothing and you end up in this like
Edo era, Japan,
Edo era
Tokyo.
Japan. And they're like, who
Edo
are
era.
you? Your clothing's weird.
Oh my god.
It's an isekai.
Do you know what Pokemon is? And they got like a fancy Pokeball on their shirt. And the Pokeballs they're using are like made out of like bamboo and rock. You're like, what the fuck?
So how do they trap them if they're made of bamboo and rocks?
Well, technically, so you can craft your own. And what you use is
They have the
a
technology to
rock.
make them small.
I don't fucking know. It's a rock and an acorn. That's how you make a Pokeball in the
Anyway,
game.
just don't think about it.
Garbage tier.
Thank you for watching another
Yeah,
episode.
thank
of
you.
Reviewing movies and random things. Fuck you, Pokemon.
Please like, subscribe, and if you want to support us, we have stickers and bookmarks. Look at
Yeah,
that.
bookmarks.
Etsy is down below, I
Yep.
think.
Maybe one day we'll
Instagram
have
or
other
Twitter.
things.
Yeah, one day
everything.
we'll have other things.
We'll fix it up at one point too. We're a year in. We probably should update our graphics. But
But thank you for watching.
bye bye.
Peace.